Good afternoon, everybody. This is Pastor Walden. I am so glad to bring you this week's Wisdom on Wednesday. Today's midweek topic is Psalm 23 for the workplace. One of the most common stressors in the world is occupational stress. Work overload, deadlines, or even lack of employment are all contributors that affect a person's physical health and impede upon one's spiritual health as well. In addition to overworked and underpaid stressors, a person's spiritual health can be contaminated by other people in their place of employment. For example, your manager favors person A because he or she is an ally. Person A is always promoted because the manager has the power to do so. Adversely, because your manager feels and knows that you can't be manipulated into the cove, he or she exudes their status to lowball you in a way that they feel will cause permanent negative effect throughout the term of your employment under their supervision. When an employer's management style includes operating from a status-driven perspective rather than a people-oriented perspective, this can be an occupational stressor that affects both your personal and spiritual well-being. When faced with these types of challenges, your occupational position and spiritual disposition have the potential to collide. You see, a status-driven company will do anything in its power to keep others from going against the status quo. And I've learned over the years that a people-oriented employee whose integrity and godly spirit shines a light on those things one works to keep undercover, it is that people-oriented employee who automatically becomes a target to the executive leader and those who support those leaders. Please know, it's nothing that you've done to make others see you as a bullseye, but it is what's inside you that inspires them to compound stressors in your life. Why? Because your honesty exposes their insecurities. Your intellect outweighs their conniving plans. Your ability to keep your composure affects their shady equilibrium. It is your operating in this manner that makes you a threat. Although as an employee you are strong in your faith, this kind of power play from an authoritative figure in your space 5 days or more a week does affect your natural and spiritual being on some level. So what do you do when a force usurps, meaning encroach or infringe upon your mind, body, and spiritual rights? You use your mind, body, and spiritual connection with your soul to overthrow the force that has kidnapped the true you and is attempting to hold your true identity hostage. The key to tapping into your recovery, my brothers and my sisters, is the power source of all creation, and that is the Word of God. To tap into this power source, you not only have to believe it, but you must walk in it as well. For those who are experiencing occupational stressors, especially from a leadership or a person who follows that leadership, here is a regimen you can make part of your daily routine that will feed your faith, nourish your spirit, and cultivate your victory. This is Psalm 23 for the workplace. The Lord is my administrator, my supervisor, my ultimate leader. Whatever I need, He provides. In times of troubles, trials, and dismay, He places me in a quiet place, in a position that I may hear Him. As I patiently await true justice, the Lord brings me back to serenity. I can then proceed my days in a way that God will be pleased with. When matters get too rough and out of hand, when I feel I can't handle things, the fleshly power that be is about to crush me, I remember that whatever the results, God is in control. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generations. I remember what the enemy attempted to do to destroy me will come back to that enemy. My enemies shall see the results of the Lord's favor in my life. They will become my footstool. God's unmerited favor and great compassion shall reign in me all my days, and I will be forever grateful in everlasting life. This is Pastor Walden, and that's your Wisdom on Wednesday. Your reference guide is Psalm 23. Be sure to like our page at Conviction to Conversion. That's Conviction, the number 2, Conversion. And remember to stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made you free, and be not entangled again with the yoke of bondage. Have a liberating day.